Alright, we should be good now. The microphone was messing something up. Yeah, so I'm basically been working on getting like doing some refactoring and some rework on the scripting stuff. Mainly just trying to make it as solid as possible. That's what I'm gonna be doing today as well. hopefully I won't have to be working on scripting for too long, because I'm gonna be switching over to working on some physics stuff, probably in like 1 or 2 weeks. Once the scripting is solid. So right now I'm basically reworking the way we handle exposing fields to Hazelnut. So I've basically rewritten the entire field storage to now be a bit better, in my opinion. And so I'm just trying to get arrays to work again. And we're gonna have to update these guys. I've also been playing around a bit with the I upped the bit rate of the stream because I was intending on upping the output resolution to the 1440p, but I forgot to up the actual resolution. So right now it's still just 1080p, unfortunately. Why do we need this? The value there we go. Question is, would this actually compile? Probably not. Because we need a managed instance and have it be array storage. Now in theory it should compile. So hopefully, okay, right. Yeah, I'm gonna need to support doing that as well. That needs to be resized. So we have this remove add function from managed array, and I'm wondering what that does. So that actually resizes and and does it at the proper index. Yeah, I guess that's useful to have. So and it doesn't return anything. I'm basically gonna change up the entire managed array class because I'm not super happy with it. Now this is gonna be interesting because we need, first of all, we need to make sure it's valid. If we don't have an instance, or well, we can't check the index here though. If it's live, we need to do all of this. MRA isn't a thing. We need to actually get it. If it's the last element, we just shrink it. Otherwise, we create a temporary array. If it's not 0, we do that. So we first get the beginning of it, and we copy everything up to index, and then we do everything after. Okay, makes sense. If it is 0, we just do that. Cool. And we then need to presumably update the actual C# field to reflect this by doing that. Okay. And we also need to go ahead and resize the actual the std vector, which is the CPU storage. Okay, so can I just do arrays? Well, let's grab the by reference. What's up, Matt? How's things? So I think I can do this. Maybe. Let's see if it compiles. And that's private, so we don't actually have access to it. Let's... things are good, just knocked off from coding all day. Now I'm here to watch your code. You code. Cool. Yeah. I don't know how long I'm gonna be working today. I've got some stuff to take care of for midsummer, which is tomorrow, I think. But I should be able to get in at least 2 or 3 hours, I think. Which, all in all, is a good day. So what is this? This is array field storage. I'm literally just doing this to get it to compile. I'm probably gonna change it later on. Okay, it does compile. Good. No idea if it's gonna work. Array storage. Remove add. Hopefully it just works. Okay. Does everything else build? Hello? What? Okay. Sure. I'm actually super excited to be done with this, because once I'm done with this, I'll probably be working on, I don't know if I can say it, but ragdolls. I mean, it should be fine. I don't think Jan will mind. So yeah, I'm gonna be working on ragdolls after I'm sort of improved the scripting API. So I don't know if this is gonna work. I think there's still some code that I have to update to make arrays work. Yeah, physics. C serializer, I think. Yeah, I need to bring back all of this code. So, if it's an array, we need to write out the length, preferably. Yeah. And again, if it's an array, we need to do a lot of stuff. And to be honest, I think the best way to kind of deal with this is to go we need array storage. Then in here we can just do utils value wrapper array storage. That, and then we can just replace this with value wrapper. Could do a find and replace here, but needs a template. What? What needs a template? Yeah, things are slightly different due to the rework that I've done. But hopefully it will, the changes will result in a much better API overall. And slightly better memory usage. And then we have this. What's up, Echo? 3 months. Thank you so much, man. How are you? If it's in rain, it's sequence, we need to do... Whoa. Matt, thank you so much for the subscription. I appreciate it a lot. Right, so we should already have the storage. So array field storage. Resize to data node size, that gets rid of that. Then array storage, that value. We should have a managed instance if I'm not incorrect. Let's be smart about this. Do this. Array dot set with that. Cool. Why do we have to wrap this in a value wrapper explicitly? That's shady. I should take a look at that. We don't need to do that anymore. It's kind of funny because I'm the one who wrote this, and I don't know why we need to do it. That's why we have to manually wrap this in a wrapper. Because the thing is, I think this does that already. Like, it utilizes this and then it sets it like that, so yeah, that doesn't seem correct. Okay. Is managed array used anywhere else for this sort of code? It's used in script glue, but that doesn't matter. So I think that's everything. Let's give it a build. And it fails. Cool. Does not take 0 arguments. Yeah, you're right, it doesn't. It takes the instance. And resize also needs the instance. Okay, that succeeded. Let's give it a go and see if it crashes. I mean, it seems to be working. Although this doesn't technically work. Well, because it's an entity, so you can't do that. Remove. Yeah, that seems to be working. Slightly annoying thing that these are not rendering correctly anymore. Yeah, Tuesday evening. I don't have a project command, but I'm working on the Hazels game engine. Not sure if you know what that is. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fix that up. But I mean, arrays do seem to be functioning now. Hit play. Take a look in here. Except it doesn't actually translate. Yeah, Cherno's game engine, exactly. Yeah, okay, that... Oh yeah, I know why that is. It's because we reload. And that nukes the array storage. Which is in script engine, I believe. So you're serializing to YAML for recall later. No, like that was the like the scene serializer, so that's just for like persistent storage. But the problem is I basically removed all of the array related code while I was working on regular fields. And I just need to make sure to restore it in order to get everything to work properly. So what is this? Okay, this is where we actually cache all of the array values. Cool. So that's no longer a thing that we do. Storage is array, is that a thing? Yeah, it is. Cool. So storage as array field storage. And what do we need to get? Well, we just sort of need to get that. Hello? Where am I? Here. Array storage. Is Cherno okay with auto? Yeah. Like, there's no reason you shouldn't be using auto. The problem is when you overuse it. So if you literally only use auto, that just makes it impossible to read the code. Generally, in this case, I would be fine putting auto here, right? Because it's very obvious what this type is just from reading the code, right? It's an array field storage. If the type wasn't obvious from this end of the expression, I would be a bit more concerned with using auto here. But here it's fine. And like, Jan does use auto himself sometimes. Like, what he has an issue with is when people just overuse auto. And I definitely understand that. Yeah, like, I'm the same thing with var and auto. And I think a good rule of thumb is if the type is obvious from the right-hand side, then it's okay to use auto and var. Yeah, exactly, when the right-hand side expression makes it obvious. Get leg. I assume we have the script component. Yep, we do. Array storage. And we just want the value wrapper. Like, could be worth to have like, that's not what I wanted. Here, could be worth having an actual method to return the entire vector as a reference, and we could just assign that instead of having to iterate over everything. But get value also returns the quote-unquote live value. Also, why is this complaining? It exists. Alright, whatever. So we do that, then we need to restore it. So we go through that. We grab storage. This can be replaced with this array. If it's custom that, we need to give it a resize. No, we don't need that. Anything else that I nuked? Doesn't seem like it. let's give it a build and see if that has fixed it. Did my camera stop working? Hello? Great. Why? Deactivate, activate. There we go. That happened yesterday when we had a meeting with Studio Churn as well. It just stopped working for some reason. Let's give it a go. Give it, say text, and find sphere. Hit play. Hit stop. Well, the first one still there. The second one not so much. They both exist there. We stop. Okay, now it's working. Good. Maybe I just didn't assign it. So arrays seem to be working again. Should probably verify that they actually save as well. Flying cube, sound sphere, hit Control S. That's the wrong one. Scripting. Scenes. Different switch cases means having to test multiple entity types. I'm not sure I understand what you mean. We only have one entity type, I think. I'm still not sure I'm getting what you mean, but like, yeah, I mean, we do have to have switch cases for like all the different data types. Gets player. Here. Length 2, we have these values, which appear correct. So let's make sure they deserialize correctly. And they do. Cool. I want to see if I can try and fix the fact that the buttons are in the wrong place. So that is probably coming from this, I imagine. Where do we have it's this one, I think, with which is that. I mean, arguably that should be that minus the button size. Yeah. Or are we taking that? Like, we have an item with. What's that used for? Set next item width, but then we specify this. I don't know, let's try button size. And I hate modifying the GUI header because that causes everything to freak out. And I have to recompile everything. Yeah, that works. Presumably we have to do the same for this one, I imagine. Button size. And what about these guys? And that minus that. Yeah. Okay. So that should already be accounting for everything. Cool. Now that that's done, I basically want to take this entire script engine internal class and merge it with the script engine class, because I don't think there's much of a reason to have them be separate. And it just makes things more complicated. But before I do that, I'm actually gonna go ahead and push the changes here. Scripting. Yep. Just push everything. Switch off arrays. Now work properly with hazelnut again. Yeah, that's good to know. And before I do anything else, I'm going to get a new cup of coffee. Social boosts. Yeah, social boosts. Thank you so much for following. Okay, let's do close out of this. Open up scriptengine.h and let's have a look. So we have init and shutdown. That's fine. We need init mono and shutdown mono, which we can make private. Let's make that here. Load mono assembly, which I'm not sure that should be a member method though, unless it has to be, because it's like accesses some stuff. Does access the state, but that's not a member. It's not a static member. Yeah, I don't... This could probably just live as a static function in the CPP file, to be honest. Yeah. I mean, in theory, like, even these guys could live as sort of just global quote-unquote functions, but kind of limited to the translation unit. Because I do sort of want to limit the amount of mono-specific code we have in here. Well, I say that, but clearly that's not the case. Create managed object will have to be a thing in here. Probably all of these have to be that as well. But they can most likely be private to some degree, I imagine. But yeah, these guys, I think we can just come in here and have be like, well, no, let's have them in here. That's fine. Create those. Steal all of this code. So I may want to reconsider how we're doing assembly loading. Let's replace external state with just state. Does this do anything? This actually does quite a bit. So we can get rid of that. Create the state. Get profiler init. Init mono. Initialize that. We're gonna want this code, which, yeah. So we can get rid of that. Get down mono. And then get rid of the state.
need it, keep it coming on. Only friendly, me and friends, we don't get along. I put that on my name, that I put them on. I put myself on stage as they sing along. I might book a session, do 100 songs. I'ma let you hear them just to prove you wrong. On track, now we going way up. W's as easy as a layup. Working late, stay up. Counting all the way up.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do quite a bit of cleanup here, I think. I don't really mind it being like an absolutely massive function though. Like, sorry, class. But I'm not a fan of just how cluttered it is. I think we're doing quite a bit of unnecessary stuff. So what does this do? It does all of that. Okay. What is it like living in a small town in Sweden? I don't know. Like when I was growing up, it was super boring because like there was nothing to do. Well, there were a lot of stuff to do if you were interested in like sports, which I wasn't. But honestly, now I actually really enjoy it. It's nice, quiet. The one thing I hate is the winter. Really don't like winter at all. Snow and cold can just not exist, preferably. But yeah, no, I mean, otherwise it's definitely quite nice. Zoomy Dev, thank you so much for following. Let's grab those as well. I don't imagine. Well, we may still need these. To be honest. Do we really need an entire function just for this? I feel like that's a bit unnecessary. Like this I think is fine because it actually needs access to like the internal state and stuff. And we do probably be a verify there. But I mean, come on, that feels dumb. Wait, what happened to the call method? We haven't. Okay. Whatever. Load mono assembly. Yeah. We're gonna need that, aren't we? But I think that can literally just be a static function though. Guess we call that from these places. So let's probably get those going. What? What? What is this? What? Did I just get botted? Or what? What happened? Was that a bot network? Or was it a what is happening? What is this? Okay. This feels like a bot network just decided to nuke me. Okay. Or maybe not? Yeah, like, that was so many follows in, like, the scope of a few seconds, so... Okay. Let's... Because I suddenly went from 200 something followers to 755 followers. So yeah, definitely some massive bot network. Okay. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hide the alert box. And because otherwise that's gonna be going off like probably for ever. Hide and re-enable seems to have sold it. I'm hoping that doesn't come back to bite me. Because I don't think Twitch appreciates people buying followers. So... Okay. That could be a problem. Because I'm pretty sure that if Twitch thinks I'm buying followers, I'll just get banned. Yeah. I mean, yeah, thankfully there are people here who kind of know it. I may have to send Twitch a message being like, hey, that wasn't me. Okay, well, if the stream disappears, you can assume I got banned. Social boosts. Okay. Yeah, that's... Use command or root to remove them. Okay, because if I take a look at like when these accounts were created, they were all created like pretty recently, I think. Yeah, they were all created on the same day, I think. So I'm probably gonna have to try that. So I'm probably gonna do that after the stream, which no, Matt, only I can like do this because I'm assuming you're talking about like using command or root to remove them, because you have to log in with your Twitch account to do it. Here's a person that sells follows. Okay. So in that case, I'm just gonna go ahead and ban him real quick. If I can remember how to do that. There we go. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can remove those people. Okay. So it was, what time was it that they followed? Like, hang on. So 19 minutes ago, that's... Okay. That would be around 11:30. Yeah. Apply. You definitely do not want to do things like that, because you will get people banned. What's this? I think this actually has highlighted some suspicious users, which I think is good. No, there is like a Zoomy dev. I don't know if that's a valid account, like a real account. So let's start removing, I guess. Okay, I'm gonna remove everyone, like, including Zoomy Dev, because that's easier, and if Zoomy Dev is in fact a real person, they can refollow if they want. Yeah. Well, let's go for it, I guess. Stretch. Well, that was certainly interesting. Oh man, gifting a tier 1 sub to Tuesday evening. Okay. So, okay, let's try and get back to this. Jesus Christ. Hey. So all of these are done. Cool. Yeah, you're a sub now Tuesday evening. Why does it think that call method isn't a thing? It's already been created. Jesus. Okay, this is gonna change. Well, actually we can probably keep it like this. So let's see, reload assembly. But yeah, no, I really do hate it when like people actually like sell follows because, and they just kind of do that stuff to, like you said, Matt, to give you a taste. It's like, yeah, you're gonna end up getting people banned if you do that. Reload assembly. Wait, where is this? Yeah, reload assembly with a paw. But wait, what? We're not calling it from here. We are calling it from load app assembly though. But does this actually... this doesn't reload anything. Well, I mean, technically it does in here. But... and I suppose this is what we would be calling, presumably. Yeah. But... so we call load app assembly, which calls this. What did I do for my birthday? Well, I pretty much had some family over, just had some like cake and other stuff. I mean, I didn't really do much, although I will say one thing was that Jan and Tim sung Happy Birthday on Jan's stream, which I did not expect, which was really fun. But yeah, otherwise it was just like family over, eat some cake. That was pretty much it. This calls that, which would call that, and that, I think, because this would call load app assembly, which calls reload assembly. So... load... let's start by filling this out. Go ahead and do that. Unload. What happened to the... oh, these are all one-liners, so just weird formatting. Okay. Cool. Load app assembly, which needs to do all of this. So much states, so many states occurrences here. Like that. Yeah. Cool. Now the reload assembly is interesting because we already have it in here somewhere. But that does something completely different. But I mean, I guess, because we call this, which calls reload assembly, I guess we could have this be reload reload runtime, maybe. Reload internal. So he reloads both assemblies and returns true if it succeeds. Reload assemblies, maybe? Could be a good name for it. Or we can do if and we can use the get split module file path. Is that the one? Yeah, that's the one. Because this is the one that the function that gets called from load app assembly in here. Yeah. Reload assemblies. I'm pretty sure. Because reload assembly in here just reloads the app assembly. So we should probably rename this to be reload app assembly. Presumably. Unless we use it for the script core as well. Reload scheduled assemblies. Maybe. I'm not gonna rename that just yet. Let's also get... God, my voice. Let's get load reference assemblies and all of these in here as well. I don't want... It keeps trying to recreate the call method function, which is annoying. Let's load reference assemblies, getting the metadata, and getting the reference assembly metadata. Okay. Starting to get somewhere. We need to move the script engine config as well as the assemblies array into here. Let's get rid of that. And let's just try and compile. Not gonna work, but it will show me what's wrong. We'll probably need these. I'm definitely going to be changing how we store loaded assemblies. Application settings. Yeah, this changes to unloading assembly. That. For now, I'll just comment that out. Get loaded assemblies. Why do we need to do that? Because we're checking that. I may have to take a short break soon to deal with some no, not dishwashing. Well, to deal with some like stuff, but it's probably not going to be like a long break or anything. Hey. Okay, so we need the script profiler, presumably. Right, this needs to return a boolean. Turn a bool. Load app assembly does not take an argument. Yeah, you're right, it doesn't. Same thing here. Don't you take anything? Mono assembly get image, not a thing. Why not? Probably we need to include all of this. That just becomes load app assembly. And then we have a leftover internal state thing. Okay. So did we never end up using unhandled mono exception hook? At all? Guess not. Okay. Let's delete that and give it a proper build. Now this is obviously gonna get like result in 500 different errors. So many errors. Let's abort. Have a look at this. Cloud side. Right. So let's have get core and get app assembly info. I hate the fact that it adds the Hazel namespace even though we are already in it. Stay building assemblies. That. That. Yeah, core assembly. Or that's fine. Get config, right, yeah. Let's add it down here, static. And reference, get config. Script engine. And then we just have a bunch of these, which all seem to be coming from the same place. So let's do a rebuild. Loads and loads of errors. Right, script engine for assembly info. Core assembly info. Any others? Presumably there's something in here. No. Let's do a rebuild. Well, script engine. Okay. Script engine. Oh, I mean, this is literally the same class, so you don't need a prefix. Cool. That compiles good. It build. Let's have a look. Once I fix these, I'm probably gonna take about a maybe 10-15 minute break. Because I got some stuff to do. Let's actually try and compile this file, see what's wrong. And that works. Cool. Yes, I'm probably gonna take a 10-15 minute break now. So I'll be back maybe around 12:30, I think. So see you guys then. Bye bye. And I'm back. Just had to do some laundry. Just gonna set a quick timer so I know when it's done. There we go. Okay, time to fix more errors. Get scripts domain not found. Shouldn't this just be a monodomain get? Because we have, like, we do have two domains. We have the root domain and we have the scripts domain. But I think the scripts domain is set as the current one. And I think that's the one that we get here. If I'm not wrong. Whoa, this is big. Well, thanks. Just search for monodomain get. Get. The current that this thread and code are running under. Yeah, I think that's what we want. So, cool, we don't even need like our own function for that. That's fine. We don't have this anymore. Give it another build. Get scripts domain again. Just do monodomain get for now. I mean, arguably it's good for us to be explicit about what we want, but I don't know. It's not super important that we have our own method for that. Monodomain get, which isn't a thing. So we need to include presumably app domain. Yeah, that's exactly what we need to do. Which, you know, arguably isn't great. Oh, yeah. Here's the problem though, we can't use monodomain get here. Which is why we have that in the first place. Fine, I'll add it. For now, I'll just make it public, I think. Yeah, scripts, domain. I don't like having to do that, but I don't think we have much of a choice. More errors. Oh, we don't know what that is, do we? There are bound to be some more errors. But I don't want there to be any. Because I want to get on with actually like making the API good and refactoring it a bit. Yeah, script domain. Oh, we don't have that. No notes. Unresolved external symbols. Fun. Okay. Why isn't that a compiler error though? That should definitely have been a compiler error. Oh. No, wait. Maybe that's fine? I'm hoping we don't end up with recursive includes here, because that's gonna suck. Alright, let's go script domain, which is mildly annoying. Okay. Still got some unresolved external symbols. Script engine. This is definitely coming from yeah, exactly. I mean, it does exist. Let's do a full build. Well, let's just let it run for a bit. And then maybe rebuild. Yeah, see, it's still not happy. Because we're using script managed array. Still using. Why aren't those coming up as compiler errors? Seriously. open project. Okay, tell you what. Do a rebuild.
Don't prove me wrong, prove you right. Don't prove me wrong, prove you right. My word is bond, we don't spit no lies. A daughter of the sunshine. But every blue moon I come alive at night. I like.
Okay, that worked. I have no idea if it's actually gonna run. Let's give it a go, I guess. Should run in theory, but there's no guarantee. Okay, yeah. Because that hasn't been initialized yet. Right, I forgot that in here we basically do we basically have to do this. I don't think we need to store that as an array though, technically. What's up, Emily? I mean, this seems to work. Seems to be working just fine. Give it a reload. Still works. Cool. Right, so I need to refactor this a bit. Actually, I probably need to do quite a bit of refactoring. I'm good, thanks. How are you? Don't you, I was gonna say don't you have school, but you probably have like summer break or something. I don't know if you guys do that in England, is it? Well, yeah, no, I'm good for the most part. Just doing some refactoring of the script engine API, trying to get it to be as good as possible. Do we really need to have this as an array? I mean, it might make some things a bit easier. Summer now, yeah. Oh, you got COVID? Oh, that sucks. Oh, you're a pro. Alright. I always have a hard time pronouncing that. Yeah, no. I think I've been lucky because I don't think I've ever had COVID. Although, to be fair, I don't go out much, but, you know, whatever. See, I don't like the fact that we're doing this. I think if we're storing the old core assembly like that, we should just store. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna have to get rid of that. Because I don't think we'll ever have more than 2 assemblies kind of loaded like this. I mean, unless we use it for something else. And we don't. So, I mean, why don't we just have 4 assembly? And assembly. I don't think we need an array. Because we never iterate over the array, I don't think. So that kind of makes it so we don't have to have an array at all. Although it should be like that. Okay. My key for the left arrow stopped working. That's fine. Yeah, we can probably do assembly info like that. Also, yeah, fun fact. Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, so basically I got, you know, nuked by some dude who, like, selling followers. And I gained, like, 500 followers in the scope of, like, 3 minutes, which was interesting. I was slightly confused. Wait, what? Okay. It's just that. This wants the core assembly info. Yeah, getting them gains. Exactly. I was slightly afraid that I was gonna get banned by Twitch because they don't tend to like it when people do that, like buying followers and shit. So hopefully I won't be banned. Let's see if it compiles. It does. Does it completely build? No, because it's complaining about load up assembly again. Why? It exists. It's a thing. Isn't it? Yeah. It's a thing. It tries to define it as a void, and it's from the runtime layer. So it's the runtime that fails. Let's give that a rebuild. Oh, great. Awesome. Just decide to rebuild everything. One annoying thing is whenever I do like a complete rebuild, the Streamlabs window just vanishes, just disappears. This is so boring. There we go. Okay, that's successfully built. The annoying thing here is the file is not so big that it's kind of hard to know exactly where to start the refactoring. Like if it even needs a proper refactoring. Reminds me of when I renamed my file handles in Gemstone, it just absolutely broke everything. Yeah, it can be such a pain to do this. Because my dependency file checks from broken in make. Awesome. That's why I hate doing this kind of stuff. I mean, there's things like this where you do. Okay, where is this used? It's used in the header file, which is why I didn't want to. Yeah, we kind of have to have that. So I guess we're not refactoring that. But it is private, so that makes it slightly better. Is there anything else we can make private? I doubt that somehow. Yeah, I don't think so. Also, yeah, validating stuff, don't really care at this point. So I guess we can just remove that. How do I fix? What's up, man? Good to see you. Ugh, yeah. Working on internal RMA tool. Cool. I am once again stuck doing stuff with scripting, which I'm gonna be so happy when this is over, when I can just move on to physics stuff again instead of dealing with all of this crap. No, I mean, there's no issue really. I'm just kind of trying to clean it up a bit, which, you know, it's fun stuff. Do we need to do this? Unloading scenes, so destroy all entities. Shouldn't that happen automatically though, if we're unloading it? Yeah, refactoring is important for maintainability, but it's also super boring. So, shouldn't they automatically get destroyed here? Is my question. poster check. Thank you, Emily. Should probably lock the chair so I don't sit like a goddamn cheese crook or whatever the hell they're called. Where was it? The context. No. Setting context. Because we set this, but this should be fine, I think. Like, we shouldn't need this. I don't know, maybe we do. Maybe we run into problems otherwise. Let's open up Scripting Sandbox. Give it a check. Not an existing item. Load test. We probably should be able to take in like a scene asset, so we don't have to do this like by so we don't have to load scenes by like file path essentially. Trigger begin event, which I think takes in the other entity. Scene manager, load scene, and I think it's scenes / something, possibly. Transition trigger. Yeah, it's the full path. Give that a build. Should probably have some lunch soon. Okay, let's do a new scene. Scene 2. Create a quick camera, directional light, skylight, dynamic, create a queue, which I can't. Let's see if I can remember. Yep, that's correct. Save that. Oh. Duplicate it. Open that up. Create a quick ground floor here. Like that. And I'm actually gonna change up the way we do this, to be honest. To load on key press instead. That way I don't have to do anything fancy. Is key pressed. B code. L. State manager. That way we can just attach a script here. Did it actually unload everything? Kind of hard to tell. But let's go into drop down script entity. Yeah, it does in fact do it. Good. That means I can actually go ahead and clean up. Where are we? This code to just be that. Also, I don't like the fact that we have this. Isn't the scene aware of the scene renderer? In some way, it is, but it's only temporary. That's annoying. I'm just gonna go ahead and microwave some lunch real quick, so I'll be back in a moment. And I'm back. Thank you, Emily. It's... I don't know if there's anything else I can actually... Well, I mean, I'm sure there's lots of stuff for me to refactor. For example, the array, entire array thing. I'm actually considering changing this entire class to be a kind of a collection of utility methods that operates on a mono array directly, potentially. And maybe we'll have like a managed array which literally just stores like a mono array pointer, right? Which, I mean, arguably at that point we could just use a mono array like this, which may do better, right? So we have like a managed array utils, which would have, for an example, a set value function which takes in the index and the value, possibly. Because that would simplify things a lot, and we could use this class in quite a few places. So just to like provide a nice API for interacting with C# arrays. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that actually. Alright, so like we'll have all of these, I think, because they're really nice to have. Except they're gonna return mono array pointers. Of a given length from array object, which that's not necessary to have anymore. Also, Emily, do you know if this kind of way of templating stuff is fine in Clang? Or if it's gonna cause problems? What's NIT? Knit. It's not. It's mostly fine, okay. Good to know. Just the static storage class. Yeah. Cool. So we'll have that. We'll also want... I'm just gonna start removing stuff from here. That's not required, that's not needed. Would probably want like a way of copying easily. Let's have static monoarray copy. And then these, which I don't know if we strictly need length, because it's like a very easy thing to do without like needing an extra static function. But I'll provide one just for consistency, I think. Resize, remove at, and length, sure. So we're gonna want to set, which I'm gonna get presumably. Get value. At a given index. Set, which uses either set value or set object. Value, and we need the index. To be honest, we can probably just take in like an overload that takes in a mono object. Yeah, let's not actually expose these as public. Because I want to call this set value internal. So call this set value. Let's keep doing that. Cool. We can get rid of this entire class. And then start changing this. I'm just gonna comment that out. Go in here, create method, implementations. Yeah. Okay, so let's start with great ones. It's literally just this. And we don't have that. Change this to a verify. I mean, is this really a thing that we need to have? Because this does it by name. Which is what we do here. So arguably by name is more important. I don't know, I'll keep them around for consistency. We can get rid of that. And that. Right, remove that. Probably want to do a verify of array, not new elements from null pointer array. We grab the length, do a verify Turns out int.age never includes ent. It doesn't? Really? Is VS Code more efficient to use than Xcode? I don't know, man. Like, isn't Xcode Mac only? I don't really use Mac, so I have no idea. I've heard Xcode can be slow, but you know, I don't know. What is this music? So if we try to remove the last element, we just resize it, which will always remove the last element, or it will always remove elements from the end. Otherwise, we create a new one. Right, we need to know the element class. Don't we have a way of mono array? Couldn't we just do a clone? Question is if that creates a deep clone or a shallow clone. Because if it's a shallow clone, then we could end up with problems. Shallow copy, okay. Yeah, that's... But I mean, effectively, that's what we're doing here, I think. Isn't it? Or is this considered a deep clone? Because I'm not technically cloning all the objects. See what this does. If you're not cloning the edges, but only referencing, yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying as well. The thing is, I don't know if doing it this way would result in a deep clone or not, which is why I'm kind of going to check this. Clone in domain. Let's see what this does, because this does create a shallow clone. So they create a new one. Array full copy, whatever that is. I have a feeling that this is effectively the same thing. Well, maybe not. I should probably investigate that. Well, like looking at the class. Hey. No. Monotype get array type, what? No, that's not it either. Mono array class get. That's not what I want. How do I get the element class from an array? I mean, it's technically just an array class. It's technically a mono object. So I could probably use this. Oh. Yeah, you're right, Adventix. I don't want a deep clone. because I'm removing. Wow, okay, yeah, I'm dumb. In fact, I don't want to clone at all. Like, sure, I want to copy. I want a brand new array that is smaller. So, okay, yeah, that makes sense. You wouldn't even want to shallow clone. Yeah, no, I don't. In copy, I probably will, but that's not what I'm doing. Well, in copy, I probably want a deep glow. So in theory, I can do this, but class, yeah, element class, because I think this would be the array class. So we effectively want this to get the element class. No idea why we would like fail creating this. I guess maybe if length -1 is 0. Let's just stick that in there. Element size, which takes in the array class. I assume. Take a look at the implementation. Okay. I wanted this. Pointer to a mono array class. I have no clue if this is correct. I guess we'll find out. That should be that. Element size. And just return. We don't actually return anything, but we want to assign array to temp. 1 second, just gotta send a quick message here. Yeah. Resize. Hmm. If length is 0, we allocate a new array. I don't like that. I don't want that. Or do I? Maybe I want that. I don't think that makes much sense, to be honest. We shouldn't ever have an array here with the length of 0. If it has, you should probably just reallocate it either way, so let's make it so you have to be explicit about that. Should, yeah. Array of length 0, which is different from this technically. So that just gets rid of that. Nice. New length less than length if true, we do that. Otherwise we do that. And that's how much we should copy. Which makes sense. So we create a temporary array again. Let's stick a verify there. Yeah, verify is an assert. That it basically asserts in both debug and release mode if this condition is false. So it's literally an assert, except it's also done in release mode. That's resize done. Let's quickly do this one. If Again, you shouldn't ever pass in a null array here, to be honest. Get a value from a non-pointer array. Grab length, index out of range, yep, that's fine. Switch that over to a verify. Right. Let's type it a monotype. Tell you what, we can just do this. We grab that. We should have one that, yep. And let's just utilize this. If it's a value type, we just copy it. We don't need to do that even. We can literally just return a value wrapper with source and element size. Because that will do that for us. We don't need that. We can see that. This value type. Length. See, this is kind of why it feels a bit dumb to have this, because it's literally just this. But by having this, we can actually we can get the length from a header which doesn't include mono, which is always nice. So now we have copy, which is technically where we want a deep copy, presumably. Can't do that. So not even bother putting down a array copy. Let's call it that. The thing is here, I'm pretty sure I'm doing a shallow copy. Which does mean I can just use the clone method. So, tell you what, before we do anything, I'll just do this for now. I would call it clone if you're creating a deep copy. But the thing is though, Mono calls it clone, and that's a shallow copy. And I think in C# there's a method called clone, which is also a shallow clone or a shallow copy. Might be member-wise clone, but member-wise clone I think is a shallow copy, not a deep copy. Maybe. Member-wise clone creates a shallow copy. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's definitely a, like, clone versus copy is a bit... You know, but since C# calls it clone and it's a shallow copy, I think it calls it clone regardless, to be honest. Because I don't know why. You know what? I'm actually gonna stick with this because there is a possibility. I finally found a clean solution to the I'm going to widgets interdependency. Delete the ladder and put the widgets class into I'mGUI.HLOL. Like, that's what I think is so weird, because there's not supposed to be an interdependency there. Right? Like, yeah, this includes I'mGUI widgets. I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be including, like, I'mGUI with lowercase. Because we don't use... Well, actually we do use that, but that's elsewhere. Yeah, because this is supposed to be like the actual I'mGUI header. And this will all be resolved because we're going to be renaming our I'mGUI.h file. Uses push ID. So it does, yeah. But how is MSVC even fine with this? Because usually MSVC complains like crazy when you have recursive includes. I don't get that at all. But yeah, so I'm gonna stick with this method because just in case it's a deep clone. I doubt it is. Meditating with Satan. Probably, yeah. I mean, no, you know what? Screw it. I'm just doing a mono-array clone. Because there's no way that that code that I wrote is a deep copy. No way. We probably should have a way of deep copying C# arrays from Hazelnut. Done. Okay, so this is the value wrapper. So this one. Okay. Grab that. Verify. Cool. That's that entire interface done. And I'm gonna rename this to manage array utils. Let's do a build. Yeah, let's abort. Ugh. Mm. Nah. Let's use C file costs. And yeah, not great. Shouldn't be doing that in C++, but I don't care. It's whatever. Why Why they don't show up before compiling? I believe I disabled IntelliSense. If I'm not wrong, because it was completely freaking out, and so I just shut it off because I don't care. I don't really need it, to be honest. So yeah, IntelliSense was freaking out, and I just decided to disable it, which is why I don't see them. Mm-hmm. Wait, what? Oh, why don't we have it? So just do this, I guess. If this is greater than make this a bit better. If it's greater than that, set it to that else. Let's fix this one up. Array length. That should now work. So here we actually create an array. Give it a build. Would be nice if we could have like a function called like from vector or something. If we just take that in and like return that. Because we do want to convert between the two on occasion. We need to template it. It's a neat little function so that we don't have to do that. So I think this returns a view. Yeah, it does. And I don't think there's like a way of converting this to a vector. Why are we getting a bunch of arrow types? Sure, whatever. Um, Actually, that's a valid point. In C# you can in fact have arrays of length 0. Interestingly enough, that's a thing. That's valid. Oh. Jan, what's up, man? Nice to see you here. Great. My Streamlabs froze. Thank you for following, Jan. I appreciate it. Why is my Streamlabs screwing up? There we go. That's better. Hazels is so heavy to build that my Streamlabs basically just freaks out. That should be better now. So that actually worked now. Somehow I don't trust it. Yeah, it's let's see, it's the virtual world playlist on Epidemic Sound. It's really nice, relaxing. That's not the right file. What am I even trying to do? Field storage. That's where I want it to be. Also, fun fact, for some reason when I run in debug mode, I get a heap corruption on shutdown. I now entered the realm of the asset serializer, which has never been ported. That's fun. Get to try out something new. I mean, I don't see why the asset serializer would be too difficult to port to work on Clang. There's not much in terms of complicated code there. Oh. Alright. I'm gonna have to do a complete rebuild and debug as well. Because otherwise it's not gonna be able to link. That's annoying. Let's ignore that. So we grab that, do that. We should just be able to return mount array utils get value. Do another value dump once this is done. So maybe find that heap if you like the, no, you're not gonna be able to find it because it's on the scripting branch. It only happens on the scripting branch. So I mean, I guess technically you could still do that, just clone the scripting branch, but I don't know. It only happens on shutdown and only in debug mode. So I don't think it's a big deal, to be honest. I may spend some time trying to look into it a bit more because it's just annoying. Oh, hang on. Get value is meaning a template. Cool. Yeah, I spent about, I think, like 3 hours yesterday trying to track it down. And I have no idea why it's happening. The thing is, though, it's consistent, so it is debuggable, but it's just annoying to do that. Actually, let's not do that. Let's do a verb. So I haven't done this in a while, so I can probably use this. to assign since I reserved it, so it should have the correct size at least. I think. Because that lets me do... Yeah. That. I don't care about that. Resize. Do that. Remove. Cool. Let's give that a build and see if it works. You need to know the type. Which is utils value wrapper. Man, I'm getting shockingly tired. Get value does not take one argument. What? What do you mean it doesn't take one argument? Yeah, you're right, it doesn't. It takes an index as well. Hydrate. Yeah, I suppose I should. Let me just go and grab my water bottle. Yeah, I'll be solo. What's up, man? Also thanking it for the hydration. Also, I think I pronounced that name wrong. It's your boy Solo. Let's make sure arrays still work. Okay. What's this? We received a null pointer array. Because it hasn't been initialized to anything. Which means that the default value is yeah. Because it hasn't been created yet. Okay. Maybe we say that it's fine if it doesn't exist yet, we'll just create it. But we don't actually know the type, though, is the problem. Yeah, that is a problem. And that also means that by default, it doesn't have a default value. But we should, well, actually, this will know the type. This array field storage, that knows the type. Because it knows the type of the field. So let's do if this is null pointer. Otherwise, do that. Which what are the possible versions of this? We can take in a cost. And a length, which is new length. I imagine that will be fine. And it is. Good. Okay. Index 1 less. Okay. So where are we getting the length from? Because that's clearly wrong. Length is... that. So I suspect we're actually getting the length of the array in that case. But that should have been updated when we removed this. And we deferred the removal until after we defer that to here. So, and we do update it. Right? That would call resize, which should update it. Or maybe not. I mean, yeah, it should have. I love it when you refactor things so good that you break it. So resizing in general just doesn't work, is what we're saying. Yeah? Can't reset hard and start over. Yeah, sometimes you really do want to do that. So resize is not working, and I'm suspecting it's this, that we're not actually like getting the correct array back. I mean, we could do this and then just do that. That should do it. Make all of these basically take in a pointer to pointer. Which I guess, you know, it's fine. We can do that. Copy doesn't really need though. Length doesn't need it either. It's just resize and remove at that needs it. Wow, we should probably check that and that, to be honest. Reference. Where's that, Emily? I mean, it's that's like a R value though. It's typically used for like moving stuff. So I don't see why that would be an issue. No graph. Oh, okay. Well, I'm sure you'll figure it out. Okay, hopefully this now works. Yes! It works! Oh, that's so nice to see! Have I mentioned that I don't like mono? Uh, okay. I can only presume no graph editor is worth the hellfire in the backend. Oh yeah, absolutely. Definitely. And it's gonna be like even more worth it because the node graph will be used by the animation system as well for animation graphs. Currently it's just the sound, but it's going to be used for animations as well, so it's definitely gonna be worth it. Because I think it's, yeah, like I would definitely say this is worth it. Okay. That's some amount of refactoring done, at least. I'm probably gonna go ahead and push all of this. Did you guys make that node editor? So I think it uses I'm GUI's node. This one, I think. Yeah, it's using this IM nodes library, but there's a lot of code that goes into it. Someone definitely needs to clean it up, though. Yeah, so Emily, in the dev branch, the demo node graph doesn't exist, right? Because Jay recently did a lot of additional work on it and pushed it to the dev branch, because that's kind of the main branch that we will be working off now. So yeah, that probably has already been fixed, meaning you're most likely porting the master branch, I take it. So yeah, the dev branch is effectively master now, because master will be sort of almost a release branch going forward, which is why we locked it. Probably should have mentioned that before. That's a refactor. Yeah, you're porting monster for now. Yeah, that's cool. I think that's probably safest, because that will actually give you time to, you know, port stuff before we change it. So yeah, all of that kind of demo node graph stuff, and in fact, I think a lot of the node graph in general has changed massively, especially considering the fact that we ended up removing Soul because that library was discontinued. Merged with engine internal with engine. Reworked manage array class into a manage array Hazels class, which operates directly on a pre-charged array. Cool. That's, 4 hours of work. Half past 2. So I'm probably gonna go ahead and end the stream. I've got some errands to run. And I'm definitely not gonna be streaming tomorrow because it's Midsummer's Eve or day tomorrow. So I'm probably not gonna be home at all. But I'll probably end up streaming either some Hollow Knight gameplay during the weekend, or I'll just end up streaming more programming next week. So, well, I'm gonna go ahead and end here. So, hope you guys have a nice day. Hopefully I don't get banned for, getting 500 followers in 2 seconds. So, yeah.